Hey, good morning, guys. What's up? It's another shave. Yeah, it's early. A couple guys have mentioned, wow, you wake up early in the morning. Yeah, I do. 4 o'clock most days, unless I oversleep, which happens quite a bit. A couple other guys also asked, how do I record these? Well, I buy very top of the line, expensive recording and audio equipment to do these. Not really. Here's what I use. Ready for the excitement? I use a camera phone. I use my smartphone. I just record it on there, and then I load it using the YouTube app. Pretty simple, pretty basic, nothing fancy. So those of you that want to record, are like, oh, it looks like a hassle. It's pretty darn easy on there. I just record it and upload it right from the phone. Uploading takes maybe 10 minutes or so. It's simple. It's not too hard. So if any other guys want to try it but are like, oh, I don't want to buy a camera and stuff, if you have a smartphone, just use your smartphone. Anyways, we're going to get started this morning. I'm still working my way through Jed's stuff. Erasmic is basically the last soap I have of his to try. And so far, out of all the items I've used, I like the Ingram's the most out of the soaps and creams. I like the Ingram's the most. That's pretty good stuff. And let's see, we're also going to be using the Yuma today, and we're going to be putting a feather in there. Second shave with the feather. Hopefully it goes better than with the boots razor. We will find out. Load this puppy up just to get it ready. I noticed, I don't know if you guys have the same problems. I have a Yuma. A little tricky to load it to get it, trying to get the blade even on both sides. Not impossible, just tricky. Hey, I did it. Alright, so we got the feather in there, ready to go. I've been out of the shower for a couple minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and wash my face briefly with a little bit of Neutrogena glycerin soap. For those of you that don't want to spend the big bucks for the, well, not that it's big bucks, well, depends where you get it. The guy I get it from is pretty cheap. But if you don't want to spend the money for the Mr. Glow pre-shave soap, this stuff's pretty darn good too. It's got extra glycerin in it. Again, leave a little bit of it on your face. Rinse it, but leave a little bit of a film on there. And it does work pretty good. So I'm just going to use that for a sec. It's actually meant to wash your face. Alright. I softened them pretty good. Not that I let it rinse, so, use it too much with the hot water, just a little bit. Even my hand feels slippery off still. Alright, so we're using the Erasmic. We got the trusty Simpsons today. We're going to load that up. Alright, and we're pretty good. And lost the hair. Great. yeah, we have some on the hands, so we're going to add that to the face. Now, I usually don't have a lot of trouble now anymore with, more water. Sorry guys for all the noise. I don't usually have a lot of trouble with either too liquidy or too dry of soap, because I start with a fairly dry brush and I add water, and I just keep going until I get it to where I like it. Of which I'm basically at. Alright, looks good. There's the brush. So not too bad. The reason I do that is, for myself, is I found that Berkeley holds a tremendous amount of water, and if I just don't start from dry, sometimes I have too much water in there and I end up with a very light soap, very wet. So I tend to start with fairly dry. So anyways, first pass, Yuma, feather, here we go. Alright, one down. Man, pass number 2. So to everybody in the Big Shave, thank you very much. Those that have sent me stuff, thank you. Stuff I sent you, I hope you like it. We don't have much here for me to select from, so but I try. So, but I hope you guys like the stuff. Going across. It's just so much fun to try stuff that you wouldn't normally have access to, especially stuff that you can't even order online. Which, though the Erasmic you can get on Amazon, the boot stuff you can't. Or at least not here in the US. At least I had trouble finding it. Same thing with Danny stuff from the Netherlands. The Gilded Hand. That stuff, you can't really get that here either. So it's just a lot of fun to try different things. And it's fun. I got nothing else to say. It's fun. Kind of limited selection here, so it's nice. Sorry, don't have a lot to say this morning, I guess. Not as chatty as, or at least not informative chatty as I usually am. Now we're gonna do a little trick here. Get some of that all up, and then see if we can't get a little bit more of this deliciousness on the face here. Well, my thoughts on the Erasmic are it dries up pretty quick. I loaded it pretty fast, pretty well, but it leaves this last pass. I had to kind of squeeze the lather out, so not a big deal. But I would say so far, Jed, out of all the things, I like the Ingrams the most. That stuff's great, and I think you said you haven't used it yet, so you should get yourself a tube of that. That stuff's awesome. But anyways, we're gonna go across. I'm just gonna do another. I mean, again, I'm only gonna do a another pass across my direct neck area. And I'm done with bleeding. And Paul, I don't know if you watch mine at all. I never noticed it before, but I think I actually do your trick. I tend to start like this and then work my way up. And I don't know why, but I never noticed it until the other day. I'm like, oh, I do that too. So yeah, you got another guy who does that little trick. Alright. There we go. shave in the bag here. Just gonna rinse the face real quick. Alright, looks good. Alright, we're going to go back to some more Judd stuff. A little bit of this Sierra and Breeze, excuse me. And last time I burned a wee bit, but I don't know if that's just how it is, or if I was a bad shave, so we'll find out this time. Oh, not as bad. And neck, not really as smooth as I like, but I'm not bleeding to death this time, so I think I'm going to have to start doing that. Any of you guys have to do that too? Can't always go against the grain in certain areas. I'm finding that the neck is just not conducive to it. So, anyways, I'm going to try something new out. I sent this to Jed. I would have sent it to you, Kurt, as well, and Danny, but I only had one of them. One other one. I wanted to try it. Got it at Whole Foods here in the U.S. So any of you guys that live near Whole Foods here, depending how it goes, maybe try it, maybe not. But it's called Smooth, a nourishing cream with antioxidants to heal and soothe your skin. So I'm assuming it's an aftershave cream. Bomb. We'll find out. I hope it's not an alcohol-based one, or else I've just doubled up on that. So this is my only sample, so we'll find out how good it is. And oh yeah, just a little bit of a paste. Ooh, it's really thick. It's got a weird smell to it. That stuff's great though, I'm not gonna lie. I've never used this before. It reminds me a little bit of Arco, but easier to spread. Not the smell. The smell smells like, I don't know how to describe it. Fresh cut grass. Kind of. Weird. It's different. It smells organic scented, really. I like it though. It's nice. So hey, plus to that sample lady who gave it to me. Yeah, sweet. I might pick myself up some of that. So Smooth over at Whole Foods. I might try that out. Pick some up. So yeah, you're gonna rinse your hands. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry this one went a little bit long, but I wanted to show you how to record and had some new stuff I was going to try, so I took my time. And I will catch you again next time. Great shaves, everybody.